for having me.
Well, Marcia, something that doesn't really get talked about a lot in this trial is sexism. It amazes me because in the so-called trial of the century, it seems like the media was focused on your hair and your eventual makeover versus a double homicide. Do you think that ever happens to a male prosecutor?
No. That was an easy one, Rob.
Yeah.
Thank you for the softball.
So not at all then or now.
There was no makeover. I mean, that's the myth of that whole thing that the media started, the makeover, consisted of the fact that my hair grew out of the perm, so I had to blow it out. And somebody gave me a concealer pencil, which after one day, my youngest son, who was 2 years old, stuffed down a sprinkler pipe because, you know, it fit. So that was my makeover.
And look at how pretty you are. I just thought it was so fascinating, the way that you were portrayed. You know, you just mentioned this, and I know you've had 21 years to think about this now. Do you feel like you blew that case? Do you think that another prosecutor puts O.J. away 21 years ago?
No. I mean, I can tell you this, Rob. I'm not ever saying, I would never say I tried a perfect case, that I didn't make mistakes. And I would say that was true of every trial I've ever been involved in. Everyone does. Everyone makes mistakes. We're human. But what made that case go south had nothing to do with the mistakes that we made. Even the glove demonstration, if you will, which I didn't think was a good idea. But at the end of the day, had it not been for the combination of race and celebrity, the defendant would have been convicted. I think that actually the People VS OJ Simpson miniseries makes that point pretty well. They show you the context of the Rodney King verdict, the Rodney King riots, that had a huge impact in Los Angeles, that racial tensions were extremely high. So it became those intertwined issues of race and celebrity really made it an insurmountable obstacle when it came to a jury willing to accept the evidence.
Well, Marcia, let's fast forward then. Do you think, given the same circumstances, have we come far enough with regard to race relations that O.J. Simpson is convicted today, given the same circumstances?
I'm not sure, Rob. I wish I could say yes, but I'm not sure. You know, we've seen all the recent footage of police shootings, you know, people getting shot in the back,
yeah.
The chokehold, and you know what I'm talking about. Everybody does. And we've seen footage of it, dash cam, body cam. Given all of that, I think that surely people understand why minorities have the mistrust of law enforcement that they do. So there's a reason why they see the evidence differently. There's a reason why they see law enforcement differently. It's still going on,
yeah.
as we've seen from these shootings. So I can't say that it would be different today.
Marcia, any romance between you and your co-prosecutor, Chris Darden? It seemed like maybe that trip to the Bay Area, I picture you guys driving up the 1 together. The series kind of intimated at that.
The series did, and I really think they needed some comic relief, Rob. You know, I do. It was a heavy case, and everything was so intense. I think that was their moment of, you know, of a little bit of tabloid fun.
So no kissing between you guys?
No kissing.
Marcia, what do you think about Johnny Cochran? I know that he is now deceased, but do you think he tried a good case? Do you have respect for him professionally?
I always had respect for Johnny professionally, and we always got along. You know, there was... yeah, that I did have issues with how the issue of race was exploited in that case, because it really didn't belong there. Of all defendants you could possibly imagine, O.J. Simpson was someone the cops revered. They loved him. He was their hero.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that police haven't been unfair to defendants in the past. I would never say that. But in this case, absolutely not. It was misplaced in this case. It's just...
Okay, Marcia. Yeah. Well, I think we in the media especially owe you a great apology. I think that the media treated you incredibly unfairly 21 years ago. I think that to many people, you're a hero right now. So, Marcia, we thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Rob.
The book is called Blood Defense. It's in bookstores right now. Marcia, again, thank you so much for your time.